Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Simon, this is Brett.
Hello, and this is Silver. He's going to punch on the nose. And he's waving. What are you doing?
Thinking
About what?
what I can punch you in the nose with.
How dare you?
Whoa, I
Actually,
was
no.
minding my own business. And you...
Scratch that. How dare you?
Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at a toy from my childhood. Now, as I grew up in the 80s, I had a few TV shows that were like firm favourites of mine.
And they are?
Well, there was the A-Team, Dukes of Hazzard, Airwolf, Street Hawk, and of course, Knight Rider. I loved Knight Rider with the talking car and everything. The nearest you get to a talking car nowadays is the sat-nav.
Fair enough.
And when I was a kid, I was lucky enough to get myself, well, I didn't get it myself, I was given a radio-controlled kit from Knight Rider. Now, we're going to take a quick look at it. Here it is, isn't it beautiful?
It's not bear
See?
height.
You imagine being a kid in the 80s when you're watching KITT on the TV and you're thinking...
Did KITT always have a Knight Rider sticker?
I don't think they normally think that while watching telly. A lot of the toys actually, whether it's a 1/64 scale model or something, they often put Knight Rider stickers on there so that you knew what it was from.
So, any things like this, you'd always have a Knight Rider sticker on it, would you?
They often put Knight Rider stickers on it. Although I've got a little car somewhere that's got a Knight Rider sticker on it.
So
and various other ones. Yeah, they put it on there to remind you what you're watching or what you're playing with.
No, you're saying that if you had something like a Batmobile, it would say Knight Rider.
No, that would say Batman, you great big tithead. But imagine this. Imagine this though. You watch... Will you shut up? You watch Knight Rider and you think, oh, I've now got a radio-controlled car. This is going to be fantastic. I can do jumps. I can make it just skid through to the enemies and all this sort of things. And then you get this one and...
It says Knight Rider on it.
You realise something.
It has a very long wire.
And what you realise is, it looks really nice. I like it, right? Now, you've got the scanner at the front, like you should have. And it does look pretty good. It's about the size of a 1/24 scale car.
It's not level.
It's not meant to be level. But under here you've got two switches. Now you've got the main power button switch and a switch for the scanner. Now the scanner will only just turn on if the main power is on. It won't go on otherwise. But it does mean that you can turn the main power on and turn the scanner off. But here's the thing.
What?
If you thought you're going to use this to make jumps and various other stuff, you are very sadly mistaken, because you turn that on and it goes forwards, right? Actually, something I will say, it's making a lot of noise now, but the reason is I wanted to make a video of this one, and just before I started the video this wasn't working, so I took it apart and I've got it working, but I need to put some oil into the motor and do a few more little bits. And actually, funnily enough, it's actually moving quicker than I remember it moving when I was a kid.
Shocking.
So, but what I'll do is I'll talk about this. This was the handset. Now, there's only one button. And the reason is, this will only drive forwards in a straight line. But when you press this button, it comes back and turns while it's reversing. And that's the only way you can get it to turn.
That seems like a clever idea, doesn't it?
So if you wanted to change its direction, you have to come back a bit and then let it go in that direction it's facing.
Just one thing, could anyone imagine what life would be like if cars did this?
Really awkward.
You're walking down the street one day and all of a sudden you look and there's a car indicating to go left. So in this case...
That's the thing.
Actually, no, even worse. It's indicating right. It's about to turn right.
You've got to do a whole 3-point turn to get there.
In other words,
see what would happen?
Anyone stood on the road, on the pavement, will probably get knocked over.
So this is flashing, you flick the switch, it turns off, put it on again, but if you turn the main power off, it turns the scanner off as well. Now this takes 4 AA batteries and 1 9-volt battery. Now this is the thing about the 80s. There were radio controlled cars that only did this turning in reverse. There were some Batmobiles like that. And then there was ones that were full function where they go forwards, backwards, left and right. And even ones with turbo. I actually had one in 1991. I did my cycling proficiency. Well, that was easy for me to say, wasn't it?
I know it was.
And as a reward, I got a radio-controlled Porsche that was full function with turbo. And oh, it's brilliant. Guess what happened to it?
What?
I kept it on a shelf in my bedroom, like over the side. It wasn't nowhere near the sun. And it was in a box, and it's got a window on it. And all of 90% of it went yellow. And the bit that was under polystyrene is white. So I still got it, but it's got like a white stripe down it and the rest is yellow.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, it looks a bit weird though. But well, I like this. What do you think?
So it's just got one problem.
That it only goes turning when it's going backwards?
Yeah.
But that is the thing. That's what happened. It's the 80s. What are you going to do? But we have got one, which is a more modern one, which will be coming up on the channel. Because when the weather's nicer outside, we are going to start showing my radio control car collection on here. Now I've got Formula 1 cars, I've got like film and movie cars, or TV and movie cars, and various other ones. And we're going to be showing some of those on the channel. I've even got a boat that might be slightly controversial.
Why?
Because they are, well, you'll find that in the video. That'd be the best thing. So if you want to see that and why it might be controversial, then subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Do you like this? Would you did you have one of these in the 80s? Did you have one that went forwards, backwards, left and right? You lucky devil. But for now,
Nice of you.
thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye. And he's waving, and now he has one little thing.
What?
First of all, how good do you think the radio in there will be? Since look.
Yeah, that is a bit bent. But it's
And you've
fine.
got him in the eye a couple of times with it, like right now.
Doink.